everyone. My name is Jonathan, a student reporter with Invention Convention Worldwide. I'm super excited to introduce my guest, Meera, a current college freshman from Michigan. Meera's most recent invention, Cargility, won the Patent Application Award at the Invention Convention US Nationals 2022 competition. Meera is also studying engineering right now. Welcome, Meera.
Hi.
First off, could you tell me a bit about the inspiration behind Cargility and how it works?
When I was first coming up with my ideas for what I wanted to do for Invention Convention, I was coming up with ideas like, an automatic snow remover or something else. But for me, those didn't really seem, impactful. And I really wanted to make a difference with this. So I thought back and I remembered over the summer, my grandma was visiting. And while trying to get into our family car, she hurt her knee. And it was just because you didn't have enough stability to enter the vehicle and exit the vehicle properly. So I decided to start ideating, and I eventually came up with what is now Cargility.
Wow. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it sounds like, yeah, you were able to come up with it from observing a problem, just observation in general. Would you say like observation is something that you do a lot in your daily life in terms of trying to see a problem and working to solve it?
Yes, I would say I'm definitely a problem solver. I see a problem and, I'm always thinking of ways to improve or make things better. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. That's incredible. And we definitely need a lot of that in this world. So during the development process for Cargility, were there like any major roadblocks that you came across, and did you have any strategies for working through them?
Yeah, I did have quite a few roadblocks along the way. For starters, I was working with 3D printed parts. So, I had a lot of parts breaking, and I had a whole bin at home of, broken pieces of plastic from all I had and 3D printing. Another major roadblock I had was I actually ended up breaking my whole computer. I dropped Cargility on top of it, shattered the screen. No. That was the most expensive mistake I made. But yeah, I mean, every invention comes with its ups and downs.
Definitely. And so like, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. How were you able to, like, with all those obstacles and just like hindrances, how did you work through them?
It takes time. It really does. You just have to get over it, maybe cry a little bit, but you just keep working, start the next model, get your computer fixed, keep working at it. I did go through that. That wasn't at that point I could have definitely given up, but I was really passionate about my project, and passion drives everything. So it was really important to me to keep going and make Cargility a real deal.
No, that's incredible. And I think you hit on exactly the right thing. Solving problems, like if your passion is behind it, then no matter what obstacle you have, then you can continue to work through it. So it's awesome to see that you were able to do that. And it turned out to be such an incredible invention. So like we mentioned earlier, now you're in college and you're in the engineering school, which from one engineering student to another, like it's tough.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Definitely. But so have you been able to work on it further so far?
Well, I have been, since I got my patent application award at nationals last year. I have been working on it, but not as much as I would like to. Just engineering course load, lots of work. But this summer I plan to really keep working, and this is my life now. So I'm really just looking forward to getting out of finishing my finals and starting to actually get things done. Yeah,
definitely. No, that's super cool. And would you say that you, just from your engineering curriculum up to this point, have you been able to learn skills that you are thinking about applying to Cargility in future iterations?
Yeah, actually, last semester I took a statics class, so analyzing forces and such. And when I designed this, I was in high school and I didn't really understand the physics and more of the engineering principles behind it. And while I was at home on winter break, I took out a piece of paper and started sketching the diagrams and calculating the forces. And I realized I needed to make some changes, and that really helped me further my design. So I'm excited to finish this semester and see what I can do with the stuff I've learned now as well.
Oh, that's incredible. So yeah, it sounds like college is teaching you a lot that you can apply to your invention convention. project. But what skills has inventing and participating in Invention Convention given you that you're able to apply in college?
Oh, I think there's a lot of skills that, engineers typically don't have, a lot of personal skills that you might see. So I think being able to communicate, being able to pitch your ideas and really have a conversation with somebody is one of the biggest things you can do, especially as a young inventor, is you want to spread the message about your invention and you want to communicate it in a way that encapsulates everything about it.
Right.
And with those skills, yeah, you will definitely succeed.
Definitely. And so it sounds like, would you agree in saying that, sure, like the hard technical skills that you learn in inventing are good and important, but the soft skills that you learn are just as important?
For sure, 100%. Yeah. The design and CAD, it's all important, but you need to be able to talk to people to present your ideas. Yeah. I think it's make or break for a lot of inventions.
Definitely. So, like, yeah, with that, are there any skills that you've learned from inventing that you don't necessarily apply to college, but just life in general outside of college and beyond?
One of them is just problem solving. Like we talked about earlier, it's just seeing a problem and knowing what steps it takes to improve on that, and also seeing other things, other sorry, seeing previously built inventions, and it takes a skill to understand the work that went into that process, because it's not just you draw something out and you build it. It's a lot of steps. There's a whole design process that you follow.
Yeah. So, like, would you say now, like, looking at everyday products that a lot of people take for granted, like, you have an appreciation for just the amount of time and effort and energy that took to get to this iteration where it can be mass produced and is a usable product?
Yeah, 100%. I have a great newfound respect for all engineers and everybody who does any kind of inventing. Just walking around, talking to engineers on campus, just hearing about the stuff they've done and the amount of time it takes to get a project done. It's impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it sounds like from Cargility that accessibility, it's super, super important to you.
Mhm.
Are there any ideas or any areas in particular that you'd like to increase accessibility in as you continue to grow your problem solving toolbox, college, and in the
Yeah,
future?
yeah, I'm actually wanted to go into civil engineering, and with that, I think it's not in the same way as Cargility, but I'm interested in improving infrastructure. I've noticed that my campus is not very accessible to a lot of people, and every day I notice like, oh, this could be a ramp easily. This curb is in the way of so many so many people walking. So using those skills, I think it would be a great way to improve accessibility for a lot of people.
That's awesome. And yeah, like on my campus, I think a lot of the same things. Like we have these add-ons that are supposed to make it more accessible, but it
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily help. And like just talking to engineers about how we can make campus more accessible, a lot of what we think about is we can either change the environment and make it conducive towards people, or we can put add-ons onto people to
Right.
make them conducive to the environment. So do you think changing the environment is the way to go versus the other way?
Yeah, I think we should make things that are safe for everyone. We shouldn't just have one group in mind and say, "Oh, I forgot about this. Let's add on another thing." We should design everything for everybody.
So have everybody in mind first and not have to go back and just add on and just like just keep stacking on instead of like have them as
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, I 100% agree.
Mhm.
And yeah, like for everyone, young or old, who like you've already inspired me, who wants to be as incredible as you and start inventing. Is there any advice that you would give them just raw?
If you have an idea, go for it. I mean, you have so many incredible ideas for a reason. So just follow your dreams. That's the thing everyone says, but you have these great ideas for a reason. Go pursue them. Great things will come out of them. That's just how it happens. So do what you love. That's it.
That's awesome advice. That's awesome advice. And for you specifically, you don't have to get into the details, but Do you have any more inventions that are in the works or just being developed
You
right
know,
now?
no, I'm full in on Cargility. This summer, I actually hope to start, getting into manufacturing and working on some larger scales. So Cargility is my baby right now, but we'll see what's down the road for me later.
Wow. I mean, we can tell there's definitely a bright future, and that's super exciting. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
On behalf of all of us at Invention Convention Worldwide, thank you so much, Meera, for sharing your experiences and your wisdom and just overall joining me. Be sure to check out other student inventor interviews on our YouTube channel. Until next time, bye.
Bye.